Hey, yo, somebody gonna throw something at him?
Yeah, I think Ethan's sleeping.
Yo,
I don't have anything.
Hold on, can't reach it.
Damn, he is,
Okay, there we go.
he is a peaceful ass sleeper.
Oh my god! Got his ass.
Yo, sorry guys, I was just so sleepy.
You were sleepy? What were you sleepy for?
These chaos reveals, bros. So sleepy after seeing these chaos reveals. World Eaters got me so sleepy.
Speaking of World Eaters, that sounds like something that you would talk about on the Hangout Heresy, which is this podcast.
That might be this podcast where we talk
shit,
about
Leo,
Warhammer
did you start
things like
recording yet?
Yeah, I did.
Oh wow, okay. I guess we could talk about it right now.
We're live, and we're talking about Warhammer on the Hangout Heresy podcast.
Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
As always, I am Leo here today with my two wonderful co-hosts, Ethan and Brodie. Introduce yourself.
I at some point was Brodie.
In the future, I will be Ethan.
Yeah, we have the artist formerly known as Brodie and some dude.
To be.
Chad. We have Chad.
Hey, guys.
You're going to be Chad this episode, and that's how you will be listed in the description.
Chad Stodes. Represent.
We have a special guest, Chad, today.
How has everybody been? It's been a while since we last recorded. I know we say that every time, but it is true every time.
It is true every time. We are great at this.
We do no lying on this podcast. No lying, full of transparency.
I've never lied on this podcast once.
We have
even
never
one
cut
time.
anything, and we have never edited anything in.
I've never lied once to the detriment of my own self.
Yeah, so true.
So real. But, yeah, anyway, so grab your paintbrushes, all that, you know. Just if you got some unbuilt battle sisters that you need to work on, and make sure you're properly drunk for that, because you might need the drink.
Might need something to get you through.
That shit is
As a
miserable.
resident
Building
Sisters
sister
player, you're
squad.
not gonna just want that drink. You're gonna want like a drip of morphine into your lungs, into your veins.
Damn.
You ever knowing exactly
you ever
where
seen a
morphine
needle
goes.
long enough to like reach your lungs, like with a shot, like in shot form, you know, like
Yeah.
Those are horrifying.
That does sound
and they're
terrifying.
Thick. The needles are thick.
Oh my
Because they have
god.
to like get.
It has to punch through shit.
Yeah.
Ugh.
There's like
Ugh.
there's some cartilage and shit.
Ugh.
Yeah, let's like not talk about needles,
Oh,
man.
God.
Yeah, I hate needles.
This is not the
Dude.
needle podcast.
Yeah, fuck
This
needles,
is the
man.
Hangout Heresy.
Wow, crazy information.
Speaking of, what's our topic for today?
So we got a couple things. We're gonna wrap up a few things from Warcom over the last few weeks, but today we're talking about a big 4-way game that the boys played in the Apartmentum Sector.
It was quite the fun one. I think
It
we
was
all very much
the
enjoyed this.
Ethan birthday bash.
The Ethan's birthday bash game. This was White
Absolutely coked out mission designed by
506.
yours truly.
White Dwarf 506 rules, but with like 2 missions mashed together. Absolutely devious. It was a 4-way free for all with stratagems for making alliances, breaking alliances, all sorts of
All kinds of
absolutely
backstabbing
goofy
mayhem.
things.
And a secret special 5th round where some Thousand Sons will come in.
Those word bears.
Or Word Bearers come in and fuck.
There was so
It was like demons and Word Bearers.
So
So,
the
yeah.
thing that the four combatants were tasked with was closing warp rifts to help solidify their control over Solemnity 5.
Solemnity 5.
A planet that you should all be familiar with at this point. Or
This is the Shrine World.
Yes.
From the Argent.
The
In the
Apartmentum Sector.
of Segmentum Subsidiaria.
Yeah.
Yes.
Had to quickly turn around and look at the whiteboard.
Yeah, we have a whiteboard with a full star map. Actually, we should, Leo, in post, we should flash that on the screen.
Yeah, I can take a picture
We
of
have
it.
a little star map going on the whiteboard.
Yes.
It has a bunch of little doodads on
It's
it.
been pretty fun.
All kinds of stuff on it.
But yes, Solemnity 5 is a Shrine World from the past of the Argent Subsidiaria or Argent Shroud order that used to maintain it.
Yep.
There's been a lot of fighting on the world recently with them trying to reclaim it from some chaos, and as Custodes came in to reclaim it, Sisters came in to reclaim it, Eldar came in to reclaim it, Imperial Fist came in because they wanted to claim it. Everybody wanted a piece of the pie today.
We had
and there was originally a lot of bombardment from the phalanx itself.
Oh, in the original version.
And then they eventually realized that they were doing way too much with the bombardment and hitting a lot of Sisters and Custodes as well. So then they kind of stopped eventually. Thankfully,
they were.
The Custodes gave the immediate order for the
the
phalanx to
Custodes told them
stop
to fuck
fire
right on
bombardment.
Straight from the Custodes, fucking stop.
We're golder than you.
We saw a lot of
true.
We saw all of our like sergeants or like captains, like our main sort of characters of our armies. There we had my canoness that I've named, or that is named Francis Avia. I was very happy with that name.
Goated. And we got my
awesome.
boy Shield Captain Ramses Audax, baby.
Ramses Audax.
Ramses in Terminator armor, just coming in, killing shit.
And then with the Eldar there.
Ooh, the Autarch on bike.
The Autarch on the bike, which was an awesome choice.
Fuck you, GW, for nuking it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a legend sheet, but we love our friends and we love legends in this apartment.
We here are very big fans of everyone being able to play with the toys that they like.
Because they
Fun
bought
fact.
toys that were meant to be played with and not meant to be,
Yeah,
and a captain on bike is pretty legit.
We like everybody. We like when everybody can play with their toys.
So true. we love taking our plastic toys and just throwing them at each other.
And then, we do. And then, but then rounding out the fourth player, we have the Imperial Fists with Matthew's sergeant, but I can't remember
His Terminator Captain Cyprian.
Cyprian. I remember it was a cool
thank God
name.
Ethan said it because I forgot.
Dude, Cyprian.
And Matthew brought the Imperial Fists Vindicator, the absolute
So
bulldozer.
beautiful.
The dozer.
Actually, while we're at it, Leo, flash that one on the screen as well, man.
Vindicator. Just blast that thing on screen.
Matthew's Vindicator is actually gorgeous.
It's so awesome. All of Matthew's models are beautiful.
Love those Imperial Fists.
Yeah,
They came out so
dude.
good.
They're so awesome.
But yeah, absolutely fun four-way.
Every
Yes.
model planted on that table during that game was amazing to look at.
Yes.
Even if they weren't painted, because I just got to see some new models that I hadn't seen before, so it was pretty awesome.
Yeah, Andrew had some stuff sailing the tabletop for the first time.
I want to say that was the Dire Avengers hitting the tabletop for the first time.
There was.
Like his
And then
actual,
the actual
Dire
Dire
Avengers.
Avenger
Unfortunately,
unit.
half of them got sucked into a warp rift while trying to close it.
Yeesh. True. He lost all of them to a
It was
warp rift.
a tragedy for the Eldar.
So yeah, we had to get onto objectives and close warp rifts. Otherwise, word bearers or some sort of demons would spawn from them, and it would be like a NPC kind of deal. But they would go at a fifth turn in the battle round, kind of just playing in an automatic sense. But that's how we got Brodie into the game also. With his word
Yeah,
bearers.
we literally got the entire group to be able to play a little bit. But there was word bearers defending the warp rifts initially, and then as the battle dragged on, demons would come out of them out of each warp rift if they weren't closed properly. And it was also a little bit of a risk to close the warp rifts.
Indeed, because if you stayed on that objective that you were closing, the warp rift would still be open because it happens at the top
Start of the fight phase.
the start of the fight phase. So you would take damage from the warp rift still being there at the top of the fight phase, it led to a lot of interesting interactions with objectives.
It made the objectives feel like they meant something. Now for future, we're gonna break immersion for a second. For future reference, we got to tone down the mortal wounds of those warp rifts we're doing.
Absolutely.
Because it's like a 2-up and you get wounds.
It was like Andrew lost half a unit. It was rough. We're gonna tone that down for the future. But It was super sick. We had different guys like sacrificing themselves for the greater good to close these warp rifts to keep the demons from pouring out. We had word bearers and Imperial fists trading blows all over the place.
We had custodies just stomping on the neck of whatever they saw.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
At the very beginning,
But that's pretty usual.
of this battle, or before, we were talking about like the new stratagems that we were introducing for this 4-way, which was alliances and breaking alliances and bargaining. During
bargains were so fucking
during the
stupid.
early
Those were so funny.
during the early beginnings of this battle.
During the first battle round,
It was literally turn 2.
because it was like the order was Imperial Fists would go, then Custodes, then Eldar, then Sisters, and then it would round out with the Word Bearers.
Whenever it got to the Sisters, the Canoness contacted Captain Ramses to strike an alliance.
Broker a little alliance between the Sisters and the Custodes, and honestly, the Custodes were ready to accept any offer because I thought it'd be really funny.
It was the only alliance that was done in turn 1.
Well, there was a lot of bargaining between the Imperial fists made a lot of contact with the Eldar in the Vox channels.
It was a very interesting sight because the Custodes and the Sisters really started like
They
a
bonded.
tandem duo as
And we were diagonal from each other on the battlefield. So I was adjacent to, as the Custodes, I was adjacent to the Eldar and the Imperial Fists, and then so were the Sisters just on their own corner. But it was really sick. So like we were just going in and dismembering shit. It was craziness. It was crazy. Sisters and Custodes is a deadly duo.
It is quite the deadly duo, and
It was really funny though because the Imperial Fists. I got into a bidding war with the Eldar at one point because the Eldar tried to plea for help from the Imperial Fist, to which their Terminator Captain Cyprian just hit a resounding nah. So then I contacted them. Captain Ramses contacted Captain Cyprian, just said, "Hey, fuck off, stop shooting Custodes." And then I paid him a CP, and the rest was history.
Yeah, the Eldar got thoroughly shooed off the planet.
they were made very clear that they were not welcome on Solemnity.
A lot of them ended up just tumbling through the warp too. Lots of warp rift explosions, definitely.
The Warp Rift explosions were crazy.
The Warp Rifts explosions
And Screamers of Tzeentch were ripping apart Guardians.
One Custody just exploded at a Warp Rift while trying to close it.
was-
He closed it, but
He did definitely close that.
Fucking exploded. It was crazy. And that was
They got him.
that was a 4-wound shield boy too.
It was a noble sacrifice.
It was huge. That
But
shit
yeah, I
actually
think-
got closed up.
Surprisingly, a lot of my army didn't die until even then I kept a lot of my things alive.
Well, you lost a lot of just mainline battle sisters to rifts, but that's kind of what they're there for. So
Yeah, but what was devastating, and it was my fault completely. I misplaced my Celestian Sacrosanct, which I recently got another 5 of. So it was
Because they should have just sold those as a pack of 10.
They really
and
should
it's
have.
stupid that it wasn't. So I had to spend another $60 goddamn
Ouch.
on 5 models.
120 for a
Ouch.
unit of 10, bro.
Yeah, that's kind of tragic.
Oh my god!
I mean, I guess that's how the inquisitorial agents are too.
But even then,
Fucking
I didn't even
bastards.
get to use them. I spent $60 on something I didn't even get to use
Brutal.
because it was my fault too. For context, to go outside of the context of that game, I earlier in the day had driven to New Orleans to visit a friend, and then driven back here.
Oh, that's right, because you were barely here on time.
To,
Still beat Andrew.
Still beat Andrew on time, though.
Andrew, if you're watching, get a watch, buddy.
Get a watch.
Get a watch, Woody.
I say as if I'm also not. I think I was also late that night, actually.
Well, you had work. You were at work, I think.
Really?
I thought you had something. I don't know.
You were either at work or hanging out with Aspen or something.
Oh no! What happened was I was helping Cass and Jamie with something.
Oh yeah,
It was that day.
Something had happened.
Then me and Jamie got like sidetracked talking about something at a bar.
So
I was like an hour later than I thought I would be.
I drove back, and I drove back to New Orleans from New Orleans to here. Should probably cut out New Orleans.
You can drive from New Orleans to anywhere. It's a big city.
I'll cut this.
You can
part
cut
out.
this part out.
Well, yeah, definitely.
So I drove back from New Orleans to the apartment, and then we were like, oh, we were all so hungry. So we all, no, we weren't all so hungry. We all wanted the toys from the fucking Flint and meals.
we wanted our Flint and meals, bro.
And we went to.
I had 5. I have 5 of them, or I have 4 of them, and I'm missing the burger block.
We went to 4 different McDonald's,
And we called like 3.
and none of them had them.
None
They
of
were
them had
all
them.
out.
They were all out.
So
man.
we just ended up getting Chick-fil-A.
This is how y'all stalled for time.
Yeah.
We weren't exactly stalling for time. It's more like we were on a mission.
We were also just on a mission, though. I wanted the burger block. I have the Grimace Egg. I have the zombie hamburglar. I have the Fanta potion. And I have... Oh, what's the other one? Oh, the Fry helmet.
Yeah, the Frelmet.
The Grimace Egg and the Fanta potion were actually objectives. Those were warp rifts
Oh yeah.
in the Apartmentum battle.
That's true.
Just real quick for rules purposes of what was played. White Dwarf 506 has the Cauldron of War. This is the multiplayer rules. These are the best. They're so fun, but tone them down a little bit unless you just want everything to die in the first battle round. We did the Sacred Alignments. We're going to just flash pictures of this on the screen. But we did Sacred Alignments. We did those 2 rules. I moved the objectives a little bit further apart instead of 6 inches right there. I think we did 8 just to space things out. And yeah, then we also added in some rules from No Price Too High, where each time a unit is destroyed, roll 1d6 on a 4-up. It's not destroyed, and it's instead placed into strategic reserves at starting strength. And then there was also a call for reinforcements action where a unit that's like over half dead could just call in reinforcements on themselves, get picked off the battlefield, go into reserves at full starting strength, and then you can bring them back into the next movement phase of yours. So
it was awesome. It was awesome. Speaking of that, my one Retributor squad with the Hospitaller on it was the most insane. That was the longest I've ever kept a unit alive.
That unit never left.
It never died. So what the Hospitaller does, if you're not aware, it can bring back models in a unit that it's leading. It's either 1, or if you spend a miracle dice, you can do D3 plus 1. And I do that one every time because usually I've lost 2 models. Boop, and then I bring both of my Retributors back, and I hit you with Flamers.
Easy stuff. And those are the heavy flamers too. That's a
whole lot of Emperor
those are the
protecting.
Ministorum heavy flamers.
There's a
awesome.
whole lot of Emperor protecting and Fallen Pillars, but
The Emperor was protecting
mostly
a
the
lot
Emperor,
there.
I think.
The Emperor was protecting.
They stood at this one little pillar that fell for so long and just kept shooting over it and absolutely murdering things.
I was just running
The torrent of flame.
I think I was running Bringers of Flame too.
I think so.
Yeah, because I had assault. Because I could charge or dash and do shit.
Yeah, honestly, I don't remember any of the shit. I don't remember anyone's attachments.
I was running
Ethan
Lions
was running
of
Lions.
the Emperor, and I got to unleash the Lions. The 5 Alaris Terminators and the Alaris Captain charged right up into the Eldar's business, and then I unleashed the Lions. Each one of them picked off like a major character that was left over after a squad had died or something.
It was
except like
devastating.
one. There was like one character left. I almost got an army wipe on him with my Terminator squad going separately.
Yeah, it was so funny.
It was so awesome.
The Lions got unleashed and they all careened at different shit. I think there was like one thing lived on like 2 wounds or something, like just something barely lived.
And then I think I swept up and got it after.
Yeah, look, you're gonna have to bleep me here, but the lion, the small dog when it barks.
Yo,
And those Eldar were barking, bro.
The lion, the small L dog when it barks.
The small L dog when it
not the L dog, bro. All right, Leo, flash the image on the screen.
And he took the L dog.
He did take
He
it.
did. He got destroyed the hardest.
Me and Ethan.
What's crazy is I think it was a dead tie. It was like
It was a dead
It was
tie.
55-55, and then the Eldar came away with like 30 points, and the Imperial Fist unfortunately had like 10. The Word Bearers were putting up a very staunch defense.
They
They-
kept
they
on
just
spawning by the Imperial Fists.
The Imperial Fists were not able to secure that warp rift. It was just
No.
it was very unfortunate.
The Word Bearers just kept surviving. The Imperial Fist didn't have enough melee to be able to go because
They didn't have the melee to get on the objective and deal with
just
it.
punch them off. Like
they were
they
was
just
being
kept,
too tricky.
because so basically they kept shooting the Word Bearers off, and then but they weren't able to get onto the objective to actively close the rifts. So they they basically just kept getting stuck, like putting a bunch of wasting a bunch of bolt shells into demons and Word Bearers alike, and never being able to close the warp rift and stop stuff from coming out of it.
Hey, but the Imperial Fist did fight a good fight, and they were destroying them Word Bearers. I mean, they were basically doing the entire game's worth of fighting those Word Bearers.
They killed more Word Bearers in this one battle than you usually see Chaos Space Marines in any war zone.
This was like a little demo for like Space Marine 2 Horde mode or something. Like,
Dude, they need to
pretty
release
cool.
that shit, huh?
I think
It's on the way. It's the next patch.
Woo!
It's the next.
Oh,
major
dude, I will
update.
re-download that game in a jiffy.
It's not next like in a week or anything, but like
yeah.
I don't know
They
when
just
this is
dropped a
getting
few
up like
patches.
released, but they said that's the next major update they're going for. But yeah, back to the game. Yeah.
Hey, yeah. Anyway,
I think Brodie at the end of the game gave everyone a superlative. Like Matthews was most Word Bearers killed.
Yeah, most Word Bearers killed for the Imperial Fists.
I don't remember what any of the others were, but
Most Eldar sacrificed for warp rifts.
I think that was one.
Highest toll or something. I don't know.
the Eldar were doing, like, they were very active in this game.
They were
like,
active.
Oh yeah, the Eldar weren't.
It's kind of downplayed, but they were doing a lot. I needed the sisters to help me out with killing them. Like, and I kind of focused all my custodies at these. At these.
Well, it was
Eldar.
just the Melta Spears that went after the Imperial Fist, right?
Yeah, only the Melta Spears broke off. It was 6.
No, the Blade Champ squad. The Blade Champ and his
and
squad.
a guard squad.
No, the guard squad with the Blade Champ basically got evaporated.
Yeah.
They lost one to the Warp Rift. Then the Swooping Hawks, I think, shot the rest of them dead.
Yeah, it was pretty. It was
like,
pretty
The Swooping
brutal.
Hawks did a lot that game.
It was pretty
And
brutal there.
the Warp Spiders also put Ethan in a really weird spot as well.
The Warp
where
Spiders were messing me up.
Ethan had to basically sprint right back to his home objective to stop the Warp Spiders from doing all kinds of
The Eldar
sneaky
did
shenanigans.
almost take the Custodes' home objective, the Warp Rift that we had first closed. They almost took control of it, but they let the Warp Rift opened back up, and they got stuck dealing with what poured out of it.
Yeah,
which
that was
then their numbers enough for the Custodes to really just come in and give them a swift thank you for their heroism.
Their sacrifice.
Great stuff.
Yeah, Matthew was fucking murdering word bearers though. That was
That was
Yeah.
it was. He
I would like
was-
to call more attention to this. There was some word bearers possessed on one warp rift near Matthew, and then there was a unit of just regular legionaries. Smokes all of them. And then the possessed came back, or there was not came back, but some more possessed came out of the center warp rift, and Matthew's guys went and promptly dealt with them, so the Melta Spears could go close the rift.
It was a great one.
There was
So good.
throughout that entire game. I think I did it every turn except for maybe the last one. Me and the Custodies and the Sisters Alliance lasted throughout the entire game.
Yeah, so quick rules-wise, whenever you make an alliance, it lasts into... Okay, so you use a CP to offer an alliance to somebody, and then do you pay an extra CP for them to... No, it's just...
It's 3 CP to break an alliance.
Yes, 3 CP to break an alliance
It's
whenever it
1
gets to
CP
your
to
turn.
offer an alliance, and it's
But,
also 1 CP to offer a bargain. And
then
then
you can
on
offer
top
more
of that,
CP
Yeah.
you can
on top
offer
of
more CP. We
You can
actually
pay people CP in a
or do
bargain
something else.
to
we
do
added a
something.
bunch of rules for
can add all sorts of
CP.
stuff.
We added a bunch of rules for CP generation just so we can make sure everybody had enough CP to won. Just because this was supposed to be a super chaotic, like crazy fucking birthday
Oh no,
game.
we just did CP every turn.
Oh really? I
but
thought
it's 4 turns a battle round. So
Oh,
it's a
you
lot.
know what I'm thinking of? Andrew's Autark.
Andrew's Altark on bike
Lets
gets
him-
an extra CP.
Yeah, and then
for
I
being
think
the
Leo has a
warlord
way
on the
to.
battlefield.
I think y'all just all natively.
No,
your
I
armies
was
have
just getting
ways.
miracle dice every turn.
That's what it was.
And then I
okay.
was like, I think I was like, hey sisters, I'll pay y'all a CP to go deal with the Altark so he stops having CP for stuff.
And then I was gonna do that, and then he fucking exploded.
And then he just exploded.
And I was like, do I still have to do something? And you're like, no, you're good. I'm like, okay.
But yeah, whenever you make an alliance with somebody, you pay a CP to them, or you pay a CP to just do it, and then
They can accept.
they
or
can accept
decline.
or decline, but the CP still gets burnt, and it'll last until
The top of your-
the top of your next command phase.
At which point you could.
You can renew it. Yeah.
Okay, wait, hold on. Real quick question, because this game happened a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
How many points did everybody play with again?
1,000.
1,000.
We did 1,000.
It was like
each?
1,000.
We did a
and some change.
30,000.
Yeah, like everybody did like 1,000, and then like
I
if
think
if
I was
you
like
went over like 10 points.
1,060.
I was
1045.
1045.
Yeah, we're okay. Just for quick rules thing. Around here, we kind of don't stick to the hard limits. Like if someone just needs like one more unit for the game to feel right, we just let it happen. I mean,
sometimes
we have a lot of like 1,000-point games that are really 1,030.
We like sometimes doing a straight up 1,300 point game or a 1,500 point, like whatever
Yeah,
feels
once-
right. Sometimes
once again,
sometimes
we-
we'll do a 700 point game, like our
We did
boarding
s-
actions are 600 points usually.
Yeah, and usually that 600 turns into 605, 610. Like
Exactly,
if someone
like-
has one enhancement just that goes over, then fuck it.
Exactly.
Once again, like we stated earlier, I like when my friends get to play with their toys because I'm usually happy with the toys I have on the table, and so I kind of like when the opposite side has the same thing.
This is true. This is true.
It's awesome when everybody can enjoy playing with their toys.
So true. And
I also like my friends' models a lot, so I want to see them.
I love seeing everybody's
Well-
models. We kill the Eldar a lot and we talk shit on them, but I love having
Dude,
different models
Andrew's-
on our table.
There's some
Andrew's
of the-
Guardians,
They are some of the most refreshing models to see on the tabletop.
dude. Andrew's
They
Guardians are so clean.
And I love seeing all the new
Leo, flash some of those on.
He
all
puts
the
in
new
such-
little aspect warriors and their Phoenix Lords on the table all the time. It's so sick.
Andrew put in a lot of good work into painting those.
And this is his
Eldar.
first army.
It's his
And
first army.
He's painting pretty damn good on these things. The Eldar are looking really nice.
And he's also the only one of our group to have like an actual grown people job too. That
fire.
So he has a real job.
Yeah,
Well, Ethan has a real job.
it's almost a real job.
Yeah,
Well, it's getting there.
No, okay, Ethan's like still in that weird like awkward training phase.
Yeah,
He's
it's
still-
almost real. It's
Yeah.
almost real.
It's going to be a
Dude,
real
he's
job.
about to. Ethan is about to start making
Close,
money though.
so
whenever that
close,
starts.
so close.
And I'm.
We're getting there. We're getting there, Leo.
Look, you're a little younger than us, so it's
Yeah,
okay.
you also
You're
yeah
chilling.
you graduated 2 years after us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're, you got time, brother, man.
You got time.
I got time.
Not too much though.
Never turn 23.
Oh, I'm getting there. Speaking of how we love seeing our models,
Yes.
I think we'd also love to see some new like environments for us. So we
I
were
love
actually
getting
talking.
new stuff. I love getting new stuff for our games. I love expanding on what we do in this Apartmentum. And yeah, you're right. That's the next thing.
That is the next thing. We need some more terrain. Just to like. So what we use normally is Brodie's dad's.
Yeah, I was about to say my dad painted.
Pretty well painted.
Shout outs, Brodie dad.
Shout outs, Brodie dad.
Shout outs, Brodie dad.
Leo, if you could flash like the golf rocker on
This
the
guy
screen.
is literally like soon to be Golden Demon winner. Oh my god. Like, dude.
Nah, I still think one of the like funniest things I've ever witnessed in a game is that the last grand narrative, my dad pulled up with a kill rig that has the golf rocker on it as the weird boy like were boy or whatever the fuck it is. I don't know. I don't know orc shit.
Whatever.
But he has built into the model are some little speakers. And
So good.
when he calls his wog, instead of calling the wog, like instead of like yelling it, he still yells it, I think, afterward. He tells his opponent, "Okay, now I want you to listen," and he just starts playing the "Immigrant" song by Led Zeppelin. And
So good.
Oh wait, didn't you say whenever it gets to the oh wow?
Yes.
That's when he does it. He makes them wait till that.
Anyway, if any random listeners happen to have been at a grand narrative and they see an orc player that's doing that, that's actually my dad. But
Great way to dox your father at the next grand narrative.
Everybody go see the orc guy with the speakers. The orc player pulling up with the JBL.
It's fine because last grand narrative was right after we were like one of our releases. So I was like, hey, I was telling people to go check it out, and then we stopped releasing episodes.
It's okay. We're back. We're back this time.
We're
guys.
back this time. This time for real. I promise.
real.
We're back with a vengeance.
But
And we're back trying to get some terrain going.
yes,
Terrain.
terrain
There's
going.
only so many
Anyway,
times that you can call orc terrain something
And
else.
there's
there's
only
only
so many times you can use Necron pylons.
only so many
I
times
was
we
about
can
to
use
say,
Necron pylons as a
we have used
Necron pylon.
Necron pylon. We have used Necron pylons as computer silos, as what's it called? Like
data banks,
Data banks.
as control switches, as portals to hell.
To me, they're always Necron pylons, no matter what. We're just always fighting.
Well,
with
you're
Necron.
a bitch, and you need to listen to my mission briefing.
No,
Necron-
I listen to
Nah,
them.
fuck you.
It's just funnier to me to think of them as Necron pylons.
Just
every
no matter
time.
what. What's crazy is all of us, or except for Ethan, or I guess you too, but most of just me and Andrew actually. Now I'm done.
Now that
y'all.
you're actually thinking
Now
about
that
it.
I'm actually thinking about me and Andrew, our entire armies are like psychic based, and Necron pylons are supposed to like say no.
Well, like
They
that's
limit
that's
the
an
warp.
actual Necron pylon. These are like little. These are like
Necron
little Necron.
Necron
They're just little Necron
pylon.
computers. These are little Necron computer thingies. We just call them pylons because it sounds nice.
They look like pylons.
Yeah.
They definitely look like pylons.
Anyway, I would love to see. I would love to get some more like I would chip in obviously, but like more Imperial.
We need Imperial terrain. We need.
Well, we have
destroyed
Necromunda
temples.
terrain.
We have.
That we
don't
keep-
don't even make me think about the Necromunda
Dude,
terrain.
me and Ethan have had this Necron terrain that we
Necromunda.
yeah Necron. What did I say?
You said
Necron.
Necron.
Oh, too much whiskey, y'all.
Too
But,
much.
No, we've had this Necromunda terrain since the release of the Ash Wastes box,
I'm not building it.
where we
I'll flash up pictures of the entrance and viewers
Just
what
actually
they think
built it.
about the building that terrain.
yeah, you just have to imagine we built it.
Viewers, if you want to build our terrain for us, we'll send you one sprue at a time and no instructions.
No instructions,
Yeah,
just
you got
figure it
that.
out. And if you
And no
mess
return
up,
address. You
if,
just have to
if you
get it
mess
back
up,
to
you're
us.
done for.
Yeah, you just have to find a way to get it back
yeah,
to
find
us.
Brodie at the next grand narrative.
Find Brodie's dad at the next grand narrative and give him all
Specifically,
of the
my
terrain
dad.
pieces.
Find Brodie's dad. We'll get it. We'll get it through him.
Brody going up to his dad. All right, Dad, I need you to just take this giant tote bag with you, and I'm not going to tell you why.
Yeah, just take it. Just take it, dude. Just trust me. Just trust me, bro.
Just trust me. What?
About an hour and a half from here, so there's a monthly RTT. I'm gonna get us signed up for that.
Ooh.
We should do that sometime. If I can
honestly,
get a weekend off of work or like a Saturday off of work or something.
us doing
That'd be kind of fire.
us doing that for like a podcast and then us doing an episode, that would actually be fire.
Dude, what if we show up to an RTT, we all get absolutely fucking annihilated by actual tournament armies, and then we come back and talk about it.
Dude, that'd be so.
I
That'd actually
dead
be kinda
ass.
fun,
I
maybe.
have an average of 2 wins per tournament. I don't count grand narratives because not everyone has like armies. I usually go like 50-50 at the grand, or I went 50-50 at both grand narratives that I've gone to. But like tournament wise, like I go like 2 and 4. I am chronic 2 and 4.
Chronic.
And I went to one RTT and I went 0 and 3, I think. So
Jeez.
no, I went 1 and 3.
Go.
But it was okay. The one honestly doesn't even count because I went up against someone who that was like his 5th game of Warhammer ever.
Oh.
And and he had like a not very tooled up Blood Angels list that it was like.
And this was 9th edition Thousand Suns?
Huh?
Was this 9th edition Thousand Suns?
This was 9th edition Thousand Suns.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So you decimated him.
Like Magnus literally walked up and psychicked I think like 500 points off the board in the first 2 battle rounds.
Sounds about right.
Like he had a unit of Centurions that he was super proud of and like super excited to use, and they charged at they started walking at Magnus, and in one psychic phase Magnus picked them all 4 up, and then charged another unit and murdered that one too. It was just one of those games, man. His death company did a really funny thing where they got an 11-inch charge off and then like rolled a million. We used to call it exploding sixes back in the day, but if you're a 10th edition person only, then sustained hits. He rolled a shit ton of sustained hits and like wiped a rubric squad. That was really funny, and that was like the only thing he killed all game. It was bad.
These sound like these RTTs sound like a fun little experience.
Yeah, they're really fun if you get the right opponents. It's one of those things. I got really lucky, and all 3 of my opponents were really funny to play against. I played up against like a Tyranid guy who this was when in 9th edition when Tyranid warriors were just fucking ridiculous and just absolutely annihilating everything. I got stomped. It was bad. I think I lost like 117 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then my first game of that event was against the all Slanesh demons, and somehow I really don't understand how it happened, but I learned a lot about how easily you can make anything sexual that game.
I see.
You can make any phrase sexual.
Yeah,
I hate Slanesh.
Dude, that game was so funny though. Keepers of Secrets were really not nice in 9th edition though.
Slanesh cells need to be put down.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
Anyway,
I wonder if the what are they called? Emperor's Children made a Emperillion dollars whenever they sold.
They probably made an Emperillion dollars.
Emperor's
Chilrillion dollars.
A Slanillion dollars.
A Slanillion bucks. A Slanillion pounds, mate.
Fuckload of money.
Bruh.
Did all 3 mics pick that one up?
Probably.
In excess of currency. Yo,
Someone kill this guy.
They finna shoot me, bro.
Just die, buddy. So, alongside getting more terrain for our games to improve, just games over here, buying White Dwarfs has been really fun for new rules, and I didn't really think White Dwarf was as cool of a thing when I first got into the hobby, but
they cook.
I think the first one I got was the one released alongside Leviathan or something, or maybe a few before.
We got one that had some boarding action
stuff. And
it was when we did the boarding actions mission compilation.
When I realized that they would have more like actual missions and stuff in them, like, that's actually sick. But not just that, but new ways to play with like multiplayer rules adaptation from 506 is crazy.
The narrative missions, the hobby corner is awesome. Some of the
narrative
AOS
missions are
stuff
crazy.
is kind of cool.
Some of the AOS stuff cool. This White Dwarf that I'm holding right here has probably the coolest thing that me and Brodie have ever seen, though. This is called White Dwarf 510, and on the cover it's got Ride for Rohan. Look, it's got like Lord of the Rings shit on the front. That's not important at all here. What's important is that they give you an entire different list of core stratagems to use for 10th edition that are crazy.
No reroll.
There's no command reroll, but
That's so awesome.
There's crazy stuff like a 1 ECP charge for you can make a charge 3d6 instead of 2d6 to roll out of an 18-inch charge that you can make.
Honestly, next game we play, we should use.
Oh, we've been talking about making that like the standard for going forward.
We want to try
for
using
apartment
this possibly
I
for the
think we
Crusade.
should try it first.
We're gonna try it first. We're gonna test it out in
definitely.
some games.
Because I like CP reroll.
But
I like it.
I hate it.
These stratagems, the what's this called? The
Literally
aspects of
heresy.
war. This might be the stratagem list that we go for our core for our Crusade. They are so
Yes.
cool.
For like whenever I the Crusade missions will be designed around this being the core stratagems, but I also just don't like CP reroll. I think games are way funnier when you don't have CP reroll.
I like the CP reroll only for the fact
That's
that
what makes Heresy so fun.
only for the fact that I could, although I never do, I could CP reroll and then use a miracle dice and then place it in place of that, but I never do it, so I wouldn't really be missing out. So
Yeah,
I always forget. I'm like, oh, reroll. Fuck!
my body is a machine that turns ones into rerolled ones.
ones.
Meanwhile, I have a 4 miracle dice just sitting there that I've had since battle round 1.
But yeah, personally, I think games are so much funnier when there's no rerolls.
But yeah, possibly this Saturday we could try this out.
I would be.
I have a
down.
closing shift, sadly.
I mean,
I've got Matthew down.
I'd be down to.
I'm gonna hit up Andrew.
We
Yeah,
do
we
a
can-
4-way.
Brody will show up possibly
At
like
some
late
point.
into the night and see how it is turning out.
Yep.
Well,
I'll be there at Battle Round 3.
be tuned.
True.
Stay tuned for that, guys.
Stay tuned for that.
We'll
We're
be
gonna
talking
try
about
out
that
these
next
aspects
episode.
of war. Hopefully next episode we're gonna talk about that.
I believe.
We've got a little Warcom roundup.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
Warcom.
we do.
They're
So much Warcom.
so much Warcom.
So much Warcom or so much Wolfcom, bro?
Fuck off.
Wolfcom. I just re-downloaded.
Leo, I will
Space
throw you
Marine
through
2.
a fucking window.
I just re-downloaded Space Marine 2 and bought the Space Wolf pack.
They got yo ass.
Well, Ethan told me to re-download it, and I just saw it there, and I'm like, might as well. I'm re-downloading it.
I know my boy
G-Dubs
running
got
that.
your ass.
I know my boy running that furry helmet in Space Marine lobbies.
Let's
You
go.
know.
Leo is a furry,
It's so
confirmed.
stupid. It's so stupid looking. I hate that helmet.
That was actually what the original Space Wolf rant was supposed to be. I think the fact that they gave
Oh yeah.
you a furry helmet.
The fact that they gave me a furry helmet.
Full break. We have an outline. We've actually learned that our episodes are better when we do an outline. But
We're
on
learning.
the outline we have Space Wolf rant.
And then we went to revise it. And we forgot that we put Space Wolf rant on there. And there's more things to rant about with Space Wolf.
Dude,
we
Space
have
Wolf's be
more
pissing me
things.
off.
Just because of like Monday this Monday, we've got more Space Wolf shit to talk about.
We're
'cause,
doxing our spot and time right now.
Yeah, we're doxing where we are. It's okay.
We're doxing our timeline.
We're doxing when we are.
We've done it
Yes.
before.
It's okay. The Space Wolves,
Oh,
They
episode
didn't-
5, we
they
doxed
didn't
the
deserve
fuck out of
any
when
of
we
that.
were.
Space Wolves didn't need any of that.
But what do you mean they didn't need any
Didn't
of that?
need any of
They
that.
didn't need any of that
They
shit.
haven't gotten,
need
they
any
haven't
of
gotten
that.
shit.
What the fuck? They have one of the newest ranges.
I know. They haven't gotten shit in a long time.
Leo picked the 2 newest ranges to play with, and now one of them is getting newer. Fuck you, Leo.
New
Fuck you.
Logan Grimnar, new Njal Stormcaller, new other character, Arjak Rockfist.
Arjak Rockfist.
Dude,
with
throwing
a-
the fucking hammer.
with a throwing the hammer second pose that you can do. Kind of crazy stuff.
They added 2 poses to the characters.
Mm-hmm.
How many
Your main
other
character
things
has
in the
2
game
poses,
have
bro.
multiple poses?
None, but the throwing one, I'm definitely doing that one.
It's crazy.
Because I'm
Oh,
getting
so
I'm
good.
getting Arjak Rockhammer whenever he comes out.
Yeah,
or
and
Rockfist.
the Wolf Guard Terminators, just so good. Everything's so good.
Yeah.
Dude, the
And
new
the
Lo-
head takers.
the new
Yeah.
Logan Grimnar model.
The
is
new
so
Logan
good.
Grimnar, man.
It
What-
is it is hot. It is sexy. I love that model.
What's the name of the lieutenant? Like the battle something?
It's the fucking
Oh, the battle
battle
guard-
leader.
The
Battle leader?
Wolf Guard battle leader?
Yeah, I think it's
Pack
Wolfguard battle
leaders?
leader.
I don't know.
I think it's the Wolf Guard.
Something like that.
Well, anyway, that guy, the lieutenant guy that they have, also sick. Just so crazy. Everything is so good.
I can find it.
And the new Blood Claws and
Everything that is coming
Grey
out
Hunters
with the
and
fucking Space Wolves
so
for
much.
like, I am so hyped for that pre-order box to come
I don't
out.
think that they're gonna fit. I don't think everything's gonna fit in a combat patrol and army box. I think there's still gonna be stuff that you're gonna have to get separate from that too, which is so crazy. They're getting.
I'm just excited to
such a
see
big
what
drop.
the box will be because I don't know if they've announced what.
Dude,
They haven't announced the
They
box
have more.
itself yet.
They have more like there's more stuff getting refreshed for this edition for Space Wolves than some armies have things.
Yeah, I think that
Just things in general.
I think
Yeah.
the
Fuck you,
refresh
Leo.
that you just got for Space Wolves is as big as the Custodes range.
Yeah.
Yay!
It
Like-
literally like that is not an exaggeration either.
I could be happy about it. I like it.
I'm not.
GW, come on.
GW, please throw everyone else a bone.
And then World
begging.
Eaters, by the way, are just starving in the corner.
Dude, World Eaters, it's all like World Eaters got like treatment that I could never imagine. Just I have to put it in perspective for Ethan so he truly understands how rough it is that the World Eaters got this. But like they got one character that's not even posable.
It's not even opposable. It looks exactly like the other 8-bound that it leaves.
Yes, it like doesn't look any different. It's almost like if like so Ethan, imagine this, right? Imagine if the Custodes got a monopose character that only had like one slight war gear change, but it wasn't even a different data sheet, right?
Yeah.
Like just imagine if that happened to Custodes.
Imagine
man.
if the Custodes had a character who released that they drop a new model for
This
it. It's
edition, too.
monopose. Yeah, my new shield. I cannot believe the new shield captain model. Because they finally gave us a model for shield captain. Before that, it was just build one of your 5 guys in the unit into a shield captain instead of a 5th guy.
Yeah, same thing with my sacrosancts and other things. But like
Not the same.
not the same at
Not
all.
the same.
Leo.
That's a sergeant, and that leads the squad. My captain is a different. That's a character unit.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I buy a box of
okay.
5 guard, and I keep 4 guard, and I make one of them into a captain.
That's stupid as fuck.
That's how I get captains.
That is how Custodes had shield captains for years.
Okay, I
Or
didn't
from a
understand
warden's
what
box,
you meant.
or from a Terminator's box. You just turn one of the Terminators
So-
into a captain. So they finally make a shield captain model,
And
and
it's
it's monopose of only one war gear option with its own, and it looks super unique. And it's not even a new data sheet. It's just the same data sheet. So you're still at 3 shield captains you can run, and it's just a different war gear option that they gave them. It's just that it's monopose as hell.
It's just
why do
disappointing.
you make a unnamed character
It
model
feels like
monopose?
it feels like they were really, really banking on the Space Wolves for 10th. I think that's what they focused on.
You know what's crazy? That shield captain has a Melta-Spear. Melta-Spears are a Forge World unit. The new captain leads a Forge World unit for Custodes.
Hey, Games Workshop. We just want to have a little sit down with you and
So
ask,
it's like, okay,
what are
so
you thinking about?
What's annoying me is that like Space Wolves got a brand new unit, a full range redo. Karandras is still just gone, like just doesn't exist. I
Karandras
guess.
is still
Yeah,
going.
fuck Karandras, I
That
guess.
dude is gone.
Like Eldar got a refresh, didn't get anything new that I can think of off the top of my head.
They got a new Phoenix Lord for the Warp Spiders.
Yeah, they got one new named character. All right, and then
Well,
you
to be
have
fair,
But they had to
if
sacrifice
I got
one.
more named characters, y'all would have been bitching about that too.
You got 3 named characters. I am bitching about that.
but
3 new named
so-
characters?
But not 3
bothers-
new one, but you got 3. You got 3 of them refreshed.
Well, haven't they not been refreshed in a while?
Like 7th edition.
Yeah, you have newer shit than my shit.
I mean, fair, but like,
That's how old Custodes are, pretty much. Is 8th edition.
I mean, the same shit's probably gonna happen to y'all soon. I don't know.
Okay, well,
Nah.
look. So Space Wolf. Okay, so the reason it's bothering me, right, is Space Wolf's got a full range refresh. They got a brand new character. I think I want to say the Wolfguard Battle Leader's new.
The Wolfguard Battle Leader is new because the Wolfguard unit is not.
The Head Takers. The Head Takers.
The
are
Head
brand new.
Takers is new.
The Head Takers are new, and the Wolfguard are not new. But I think the Wolfguard Battle Leader is new.
The only thing that didn't get refreshed from Space Wolves is Wolfen.
Well, not yet.
Not yet.
It hasn't been announced.
Not
Yeah,
yet.
yeah, I
That's
fucking know, right?
Wolfen's gonna be the one thing they get in 11th. JK, they're getting fucking Lehman Russ back.
Man, fuck off. But like, so Space Wolves just got all of this, right? Dark Angels just got similar treatment, but not even nearly that
Dark
much.
Angels got a really good. I thought Dark Angels had like the best release that you couldn't top, and then Space Wolves.
And then now
just got a
Space
release.
Wolves.
If,
And now you look-
Space Wolves needs an upgrade sprue that matches the Dark Angel sprue if they want to top Dark Angels though, because that upgrade sprue that Dark Angels got is the best one in the game.
Yeah.
I
fucking
Black
awesome.
Templars had the best one before that.
I cannot fathom them not doing a Chingle box for like accessories and stuff for Space Wolves.
Well,
if
I
they
mean,
don't,
I think
that's
there already is one. So
Yeah,
I don't know
there
if they're
already
gonna
is.
like.
There's a really good one
well,
already.
if they might release like one for the
Yeah,
head takers or
probably
whatever.
maybe, who knows. But yeah, there's all of that the Space Wolves just got. And then you look over at Chaos Space Marines. What do they get?
man.
Terminators. You look at World Eaters. They got a character and it looks kind of stupid. You look at Death Guard. They got a character that looks kind of like the rest of Death Guard. Death Guard.
Okay,
To be
The-
fair,
the-
Death Guard looks dope as
Don't
fuck.
feel
Guard-
bad about Death Guard. They have the best range in the entire game.
That Death Guard character has like insane melee. He has a sick.
He has better melee than the fucking World Eaters
than
character.
the World Eaters characters that's releasing. And
Which is crazy.
that World Eaters character has no shooting, and I think the Death Guard guy does
Yeah,
have shooting.
he has just
He's
like
just-
regular
he's
plague
just better.
bolter.
And he also has like extends plague range or something. He just carries a giant plague extender on his back. It's super
Yeah.
sick. I actually love that model.
He carries it.
Okay, the model does look cool. As
That
fuck.
one's awesome.
But
and they didn't need a big like addition to their range. Their range is already pretty good.
Yeah,
The
that-
World
yeah.
Eaters needed
don't
something.
feel bad about Death Guard. Like I said, I think they have the best range in the entire
Well,
setting.
World Eaters needed something because they just came out like at the
They
tail
needed
end of 9.
something.
They needed so much more than what they got. And what they got was not enough. But like
It's terrible.
the same thing is going to happen with Votan. I know it is.
It's fucking terrible. Well, Votan got a couple new kill team boxes and whatnot.
But, like, that doesn't-
Votan's
that
getting
doesn't-
stuff at least. But yeah, like World Eaters like got fucked. They just got completely hosed.
Completely.
Oh, dude, we forgot that they also got a Wolf Priest.
Oh
Wolf
yeah,
Priest! The Wolf Priest looks sick.
The
It
Wolf
does look
Priest looks
awesome.
so good.
it looks awesome.
Hey, you know what? At least your special edition Codex
no.
cover isn't as crazy as it could be. They went a little conservative on this one. It's just regular, very good.
We talked about the Wolf Priest.
Did we miss?
We talked about Njal Stormcaller.
No. We went through the Space Wolves Warcom stuff in a previous episode.
I mean, yeah, that was a different episode, but just like
Oh, that
right
was for
now,
the
just
Adepticon.
right now. I mean,
yeah, the Adepticon.
We did the Adepticon episode.
because they have the Adepticon Space Wolf drop, and they
Yeah,
have the
yeah.
one that
Yeah,
just
yeah.
happened on this Monday.
Yeah, the Wolf
so they have
Priest was-
We got two Space Wolf content drops getting merged together.
The Space Wolf, the Iron Priest, not the Iron Priest, the
Wolf Priest.
That one was from Adepticon, I think.
Yeah, that one's from Adepticon.
Okay.
Rip
Same
Iron
with the
Hands.
head takers and blah blah.
Rip
blah.
Iron Hand. Who fucking cares?
Yeah, the rest of the shit Iron Hands.
Tournament nerds in 8th edition care.
Tournament nerds at the beginning of 10th were also just playing
Well,
Iron
No,
Hands.
Iron Hands somehow always end up
Isn't
being
Iron
the
Hands
strongest.
like on the horizon?
Never.
No?
Fucking never.
What was-
No,
oh, no,
Raven
it's-
Guard. Raven
No.
Guard is getting stuff
It's
before
Imperial
Iron
Fists.
Hands.
It was Imperial Fist that I was thinking of.
Yeah.
But
Because
There is a tease for Raven Guard stuff after the next wave of Space Marine stuff.
They might
though.
bring Corvus Corax back.
LOL.
Corvus Corax would actually be a pretty good
that would be a fun one.
because like there's like all
Bring
these
Corvus back and then bring Lorgar back after.
Bring Lorgar back.
Nah.
Bring Purdy back.
bring Purdy.
Honestly, no, I love the
Perturabo.
idea of Lorgar just fucked off to his tower. Like, I guess I already won. I'm gonna just stay here.
evil
No.
Tower Man.
I
I'm
wanna-
Saruman,
evil
Lord
and
of
I
the
just
Rings.
write things in my tower.
I really want to see.
I
what-
practice witchcraft
I
in
really-
my tower of
While
evil.
Korax is just like at his window, like, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
I'm a fucking bird and I'm gonna fucking eat you. I'm
I
gonna
really-
eat you. I'm a fucking
I really want
bird.
to see what a demon prince. Why would you do that?
I think that was louder in real life than it was for y'all.
No, that was pretty loud. That hurt my ears.
I'm a fucking bird. I don't
But
have
yeah,
ears.
so Space Wolf's got all this bullshit, right? And then you look at World Eaters, they got one character. You look at Grey Knights, who got completely fisted.
Grey Knights is getting a an upgrade sprue for the Dread Knight.
Which fucking sucks, by the way. That model's trash.
They're getting an upgrade sprue to make it look slightly better.
Like, fucking rip Grey Knight.
Oh my god!
Rip all 7 of you.
Like, if anyone needed the whole range refresh, it was Grey Knights. Oh my god! We just got a bunch of new Terminators this edition. Grey Knights Terminators are famously very sick. What do? Let's just skip them for now. Let's keep them old shitty Terminators.
No,
Yeah,
they'll
dude.
get them in 11th. Who cares?
Dude, like the Grey Knight Terminators are smaller than my fucking Heresy Marines. Like, dude.
So bad.
Dude.
You gotta make the new
Please.
Like, nothing against the models. They're good. They're just out of scale at this point. They're
out
so
of
beyond
scale. They're outdated. It's just like paint jobs are saving them.
Paint jobs are saving them. And then their characters, dude, that one character is just tragic. Everyone knows the character I'm talking about. Can't remember the name, but
Galdor Drago.
Yeah, just
He looks like he just saw the ghost that Sam
He looks
Darnold was
scared.
seeing. My football fans will get that one.
He's
Y'all
like
two will not.
he looked like he's got Shaggy's face from Scooby-Doo,
Dude,
man.
he
looks
dead
so
at
scared.
he looks like he just saw the fucking the bitch from The Ring. Like,
Bro is horrified of the demons around him. He's absolutely
He's
spooked
spooked.
and scared.
So scared.
so
Yeah.
scared of Drago.
Fixed Grey Knights. After
Yeah,
Space
fuck
Wolf
you,
release,
Space Wolf fans.
on the horizon, we've got some salamanders. I can't wait for the salamanders.
And then Corsaro's gonna get his bike back.
Corsaro is never getting his bike back.
Man,
White Scars are grounded.
Man.
You're grounded this edition, buddy.
Man.
You're grounded, Diddy.
You're grounded, Gritty. So,
Ground Gritty.
how's everybody's hobbying been going?
Well, we did some hobby.
We did.
Yeah, we
some
actually
hobbying.
all sat down after we all did some book reading together. I was the only one reading Fall of Cadia. You fucks got to catch up. Well, actually,
Currently am. Catching
Ethan
up.
has been catching up, but
We'll get to that.
yeah.
Actually, we can just do that right now. Let's check in with Fall of Cadia, guys. Where's everybody at?
Still very early.
Leo, what was the last thing that happened? Oh wait, never mind. Hold on, never mind.
Actually, no. Yeah, Leo, what is the last thing that happened?
I need like the briefest of
Yeah, I don't remember.
Leo. I'm gonna fucking kill you.
I'm probably gonna re-listen to it.
I'd hope so.
I'm
The early parts of Fall of Cadia are the important parts. Everything else is just like battle slop. But
I'm at the part where Abaddon picks up 2 Marines that are arguing and like just slaps them. It's
now,
literally-
children, shut the fuck up.
In actual the book, it says he slapped them with his forehand and then his backhand.
He forehands one of them and backhands the other. He's just like, y'all chill the fuck
just
out.
Such
ridiculous.
perfect technique.
It's like two bickering dogs
Just ridiculous.
that the lion.
The corn guy and the Slanesh guy can't stop arguing. They hate each other, guys. It's so awesome. But yeah, read Fall of Cadia. I'm catching up. I'm at that part, so
Yeah.
we're getting through it. Brodie's at the part where Cadia falls, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, they.
Fuck, that happens?
Dude,
Oh shit!
What the fuck? I haven't gotten that far.
Dude, fucking spoilers. I haven't heard that
guys,
Adric episode yet.
The Imperium loses.
The Imperium loses Fall of Cadia, dude. Fuck you.
Bullshit. I believe it when I see it.
fucking
But
shit.
why do they
Imperium
keep saying
always
Cadia
wins.
stands?
Dude, if Cadia stands, bro. Cadia doesn't fall. Cadia stands. They should have named it Stand of Cadia.
They should have named it The Normalcy of Cadia.
Okay, wait. What did we hobby, guys? What did we hobby?
Oh yeah.
We all sat down together.
Later that day.
Later that day, those
Same day.
with my aforementioned Celestian Sacrosants that I had recently built. I primed them and I painted them for a little while.
Big paint boy.
Painted like 2 or 3 of them, huh?
I painted one of them, and then I painted. I did separate parts of like every other one, just to like streamline the process a bit more.
Yeah.
And that's the last I touched of it. But like it won't take me a large amount of time to finish those because like it's a really easy paint job that I decided to do. But I decided to, instead of doing the sort of patina like of cobalt that I put on the edge of the halberds that they're equipped with. I decided to try dry brushing for the first time. with like a dark blue.
I watched the tutorial happen live.
With the dark blue tint, and it actually looks a lot better.
That is awesome.
I'll pop some pictures up right now of.
It's just stare at just look up from your hobbying to look at the screen for like 2 seconds because Leo just popped it up.
Look up from wiping your ass, nerds.
Look up from pissing.
I was gonna say
Look down at your phone while you're driving.
Yeah, pick up your phone from your center console and stare at it for the next 30 seconds.
If you're listening to this on the road, look at your phone right now. Take your hands off the wheel and scream.
It's gonna be a roller coaster.
It's gonna be a rough one.
Roller coaster.
But
about-
Ethan, where are you at? What's going on in Ethan land?
I got some Space Marine Scouts for the Salamanders project, and I split them in half with Imperial Fist's Matthew. So I have 5 and he has 5 Scouts because we both wanted some Scout Squad, and we got it for cheap before them tariffs hit the Scouts.
Woo!
We found Scouts for 65 instead of 80, so I had to get them on the spot.
Ooh, so good.
Because they're 80 at the other store, so yeah.
Had to
Had to get a good
capitalize.
deal. Had to get a good deal while I could.
Yeah.
But yeah, built 5 of those things. Built the rocket launcher on them. Built the
rocket
sniper.
launcher guy's
Everyone
pose
looks
is so sick.
awesome.
They're so awesome.
And I sprayed them, and I put a little bit of base green on them so far.
Ooh.
So I'm starting to get those moving.
I didn't know
along.
you sprayed them.
I sprayed them, and I have a little bit of green on them.
That's kind of sick.
You
Love to
wanna
see
'em?
that.
I can show y'all after.
Yeah. And we'll put up a picture.
Yeah, put
Right
up
now.
a picture of progress just to see the
Stop.
cool poses.
What about you, Brunkus? What have you been doing?
Oh God, he alluded to what he was up to earlier.
So
I
I
have.
think now we're at. Have you been building your Arbites?
So, y'all watched me struggle with this, but I now have, I think, is it 30 or 40 Arbites built? I have like
just ludicrous.
4-ish Battle Sisters built.
I'm gonna do 40. I'm gonna do 40 Arbites tomorrow to keep on track.
Dude, look. Look, I've actually been staying pretty on track, I guess. Not
The
like
sisters
super-
actually burnt you though.
Dude, the sisters fried me.
Just
Yeah.
Battle
That is such an
Sister Squad.
awful fucking kit,
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah,
like
I bet.
Yeah, fuck you.
I bet, Brody.
Fuck you.
No
Big
one
Brody
told Brody
Brocus.
how monopose the Battle Sister Squad
Dude, the
was.
Battle Sister, like, so each individual Battle Sister is completely, like, is basically monopose because of the way, like, the, like, pieces. And I think I actually fucked myself because I put the multi-melt on the wrong model. So, like, the next couple models after that were, like, really hard to build.
How did you do that?
Yeah, fuck off.
Someone doesn't like to read instructions.
Yeah, fuck you too. But they're like,
He
dude,
just
these-
looks at the sprue and just chooses what he likes.
Look, that's it. It works too well with Space Marines. So then I keep trying to do it with other things, and it just doesn't work. But yeah, so I have that, and I've built a few more Arbites.
Connect parts 1 to 2.
How does this work?
But yeah, no, the sisters, I was struggling. 'Cause, like, the shit kept sticking to my fingers, and then it was like I kept losing.
tiny and shitty.
No, Brody, I do understand the absolute hell it is to build Battle Sisters.
Dude,
It is.
that is a horrible kit,
I would
and it barely fucking fits each other too.
honestly, it's torture that I'm willing to put upon my worst enemy. It is monotony. It is one of the worst things I've ever experienced because I have such fat fingers and they're such tiny pieces.
Mm-hmm.
The heads, especially, they're so hard to get, like the sprue.
To hold the head while
Yeah.
also trying to scrape it.
Yes.
It's like, how do you even do it?
It's impossible.
It's so tiny.
Like, without cutting yourself, it's almost impossible.
Oh yeah, I have only cut myself twice in all of my hobbying in Warhammer. Both of them were the other day when I was building the Battle Sisters.
Unreal.
Both of them.
I stabbed into my thumb quite a bit of times from, like, trying to shave sisters' pieces.
I sliced my shit doing some wardens.
That's funny.
There was one time, I don't know if I told y'all this, but I was, like, scraping something, and then my X-Acto knife that I was using went point into my thumb, like, fully, but then I looked, and there wasn't a wound there, and I was like, did I actually stab myself, or what happened? And then I was, like, messing around, and It didn't break the skin.
How did the knife go into your thumb?
Well, because it like indented into my thumb.
Oh, so
It must have been
Leo's
dulled. It must
Leo's
have been a
iron
dulled
within, iron without. Got it.
I got rough fucking hands. Look, feel this shit. I got leather on there.
He does have leather hands.
That's actually kind of crazy.
Dude,
A slap from Leo would probably hurt.
We got to get you in the slap competitions, bro.
Dude, Leo,
I'd crush.
We got
dude, Leo, we got to enter you into the next slap competition.
We got to get you in there.
I don't want to. Don't put me up against Vasily Kamaski.
You're going against Vasily.
Nah, you're gonna go up against some random corn-fed motherfucker from Nebraska,
I'll
and you're
kill
gonna
him.
knock him out with the first slap because you're just like that.
I'm gonna knock his eyeball out.
Gonna give him some of that Southern loving, bro.
Southern loving and just whack him in the back of the head.
No, in the front of, at the side of his face.
I know.
Just get his ass.
Cook, Leo, cook.
Cook.
All right,
But-
Well, it looks like we've cooked all our food today.
yeah.
We've cooked about everything we've got.
We have a mealtime today?
No, I mean
the
the episode.
Oh, I was about to say. I thought we didn't plan one.
Yeah. Yeah. We've pretty much gone.
Yeah, we touched all our bases. We've
Touched all the bases.
We've locked up our vans. We've logged off our computers. Abosh. Love that guy.
All right. Well,
We'll have a special little segment for you guys.
it'll be a special little after episode.
Little post credits sequence
A
on
little-
a post
on
credit
the Hangout Heresy.
And we'll keep it. I guess we'll keep it a little surprise for when you actually hear it. But
The surprise being the next 40 seconds.
Yeah. Just wait, Leo. Put like a big like cut thing, like the like, you know,
the slate.
and then just
run
like
something.
like right about here. Oh wait, real quick, just some quick programming. Fall of Cadia book club that is coming soon. When Leo catches the fuck
It's
up.
coming soon. It's coming soon.
I'll lock
When?
I'll lock it.
Soon.
I think a few episodes ago or last episode or something promised
We record these out of order.
spring 2025. So we've got to finish it up by
Oh, we're
May.
close. Yeah.
We've got 1 month left.
We've got a month to read this shit.
Damn it, you doxed our when.
It's okay. It's okay. The next segment
But-
only makes sense if it's May 1st.
That is also true.
Alrighty.
But yeah, so we got Fall of Cadia coming soon.
Yeah, Fall of
We have
Cadia.
we're gonna have whenever we finally get to the Crusade, which I'm gonna just like reach ahead a little bit. It's probably gonna be like midsummer or so.
Yeah, somewhere. around there.
We're gonna be doing some like we're gonna be doing like special like full episodes dedicated to what's going on story wise with the Crusade and whatnot. So
Yeah, stay tuned for
stay
some
tuned
big
for some of
Crusade stuff.
that.
Yes.
Stay
What
tuned
else?
for
There's
Fall
one
of
more. There's
Cadia.
one more programming thing.
There was another. We still have an Eldar episode to do. We're gonna have an Eldar episode.
It'll just be late as shit.
Yeah, we'll be doing an Eldar episode, and then depending on how that goes and comments that you guys leave on that, we might do some of our faction centric episodes just to go over.
Yeah.
Just leave in the comments which one you'd like to see next after we eventually get back to Eldar.
Yeah. Let us know what you guys are interested in here. But like and
And also
subscribe
tell us
shit.
what you're what's
Now
it
you're
called?
ringing
You're
the
working
bell.
on. Whatever you're working on, definitely like drop in the comments real quick. Just like I built this while I was listened.
Well, I was listened.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. Show us the model you built.
Bonus
while you
points. Bonus points if you built or painted something while you listened.
Well, we won't be able to verify it, but we'll give you a
We'll give you a thumbs up or
listened.
up.
You get. The
I will
first
drive
round.
to your house and give you a high five.
That's the
First
second
round
time
of
you've
Hangout
offered
Heresy
to do
points.
it. You're gonna get some heresy coins.
You're gonna get some Hangout Heresy points, man. You're gonna get
You're gonna get in on the
official-
ground floor of heresy coin.
You're gonna get an official Chingles from the Hangout Heresy.
Yeah, I'm just gonna give you some pocket lint.
That's basically Chingles.
Yeah, these are
anyway.
basically chingles. Here you go.
We will be seeing you after we all do an outro. Actually, I forgot.
Yep.
Yeah,
We got an outro.
Thanks for sitting down and listening to us talk. Thanks for being with us. Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out with us, guys.
As always, I am Leo, and I have been Leo.
I will be Brodie.
I thought I was supposed to will be Ethan, but in some form or fashion in the past,
some
I
point
was
in the
Ethan.
past.
So at the beginning of the episode, you were in the future going to be Ethan, but now but sometime in the span of the episode,
This is the warp, baby. This is heretical.
This
we
episode,
only
I was
deal in the
Ethan.
warp.
Oh.
The Eye of
Take
Terror
your
is where we
sensitive
all
ass
come
back
from.
to Terra.
Take your sensitive ass back to Terra if you don't want to deal with the warp. Yep, this is the woke warp. Gusta las hippos.
Thanks for that, Brodie. Welcome to
incorrect Spanish. Oh, where you going?
Yeah, welcome to a special version of not Brodie's Mealtime, but
Brodie's thing of the
a
week.
special. No, this is a Hangout Heresy movie review.
This is a Hangout Heresy movie review for
the movie
Marvel's The Thunderbolts.
Yo,
Well-
Brodie is hammered.
Yeah, Brodie's okay. So
He took a shot every time they said Thunderbolts.
or groaned about the name Thunderbolts.
And
Did
then,
you do that? When they groaned about it?
Well,
Yes.
there might
Okay.
be spoilers ahead, guys. We don't know. Someone might say something, so you
look,
might want to
look,
revisit this
so-
after you go see the
so
Thunderbolts.
actually, yeah. So y'all,
like, look, you guys might be
yeah.
into Marvel. You guys might be into Marvel if you're into Warhammer. I don't know. It kind of happens. Look, it was a good one. It was a good one, guys. It was a good one.
Yo, fuck, that movie was low-key way better than I expected it to be. And
It
it's
was-
actually way better than it should have been.
That movie was
reasonably
not supposed to
speaking.
be good, bro. That was a good
That was
movie.
supposed to be some trash.
It was a low key, for me, 9 out of 10. Just all the dialogue shits really just brought it down.
And
a
y'all
point.
stay around for that late post credit at the very end.
That post credit belabors itself, but by God, you'll want to watch
Yo,
it.
I was hammered and spaced out. What the fuck happened in the post-credits?
All right, well, get ready for spoilers. Come back and listen to the rest of this after
that
you
was
watch
not
Thunderbolts.
programming. I genuinely don't remember.
Guys, okay, spoilers are happening in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So
okay,
all the new Avengers are gathered in Avengers Tower, and they get like a reading from space. That's like a
It's like something's
interdimensional
happening in
entity.
space.
Interdimensional.
Oh,
something.
I do remember.
Here comes Fantastic
Four, and that's like at the end of
Yeah.
the Fantastic Four movie.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, no, that's crazy. I literally, if y'all didn't mention space, I would have never fucking known.
Dude.
I would have never remembered.
You would have never gotten there.
Dude, they're the Avengers. I fucking called this before. I was saying Dark Avengers. I
Dude.
didn't think that they would actually say Dark Avengers out loud because it's just too corny. I thought they would just call them Avengers. I bit my tongue and didn't call that they would call them the New Avengers. But
No, so look,
it's crazy.
Look. Here, so
I thought that
Very
the
specific-
other team that Miss Marvel was gathering was going to be New Avengers, but they're going to be either Outlaws or Champions. I don't know which one though. Probably Champions.
So look, I'm gonna actually back up Ethan on this one. I was taking half shots for every time they said Thunderbolts or groan at Thunderbolts, which basically turned into me taking a shot every time they said Thunderbolts because they would groan about it afterward. So it turned into full shots each time. And so then so Ethan told me before we even left the apartment to go see the movie, he said, yo, Brodie, if we're switching to half shots, it is a full shot for if they do Avengers at the end of the movie. And I was like, you know what? Fine. Fuck it. Whatever.
They're not gonna do it.
Lo and behold,
Lo and behold, the Thunderbolts.
I have one less shooter of Fireball than I thought I would have.
guys, I fucking called it the stupid little asterisk. The stupid little asterisk on the logo is because they changed it to be the New Avengers at the end of the movie, guys.
Which is one of those things where, like, you don't think about it, but the second you hear it said out loud, it's like, oh, no fucking shit. Turns out it was right. Yeah.
And then the Fantastic Four are in the Marvel Universe now because theirs got incursed or something. I'm calling that they got fucking incursioned,
It's
bro.
gonna be some fucking Secret Wars bullshit.
Secret Wars. That's where we're picking up.
I just hope that they do something cool with Doctor Doom because Doctor Doom's
thought
one of
Dr.
my
Doom would
favorites.
just stand there menacingly for the post credits.
Where was Spider-Man during all that was happening in New York?
Dude,
Man,
New York-
fuck you.
New York basically got fucking nuked by the shadow
And
dimension.
no one cared.
And New York Spider-Man is just like, no, he was probably just watching Uncle Ben get shot over and over again.
What the fuck?
No, this time it's Aunt May. Did you not see Far From Home?
I'm just hoping that
That was
Uncle
No Way
Ben
Home.
fucking exists
No,
in this guy's life.
shit.
Like,
No Way Home.
No Way Home, bro.
Ethan, did you not see No Way Home?
I'm just choosing to ignore it because Spider-Man, Uncle
That
Ben
movie
dies,
fucking blew.
Uncle Ben
doesn't
dies.
exist.
Uncle Ben dies, bro. I've just. Anyway, y'all go see fucking Thunderbolts if y'all haven't. Y'all
it's
should have
like-
already seen it if y'all listened.
It's like
this
a
far,
Spider-Man across the Spider-Verse where they're like, there's the fucking therapist Spider-Man, and he's like, oh, and let me guess, Uncle Ben died.
Oh, let me guess. Your Uncle Ben was murdered.
Oh man. Okay, yeah. Anyway, Brodie's hammered. I was Brodie until I
what are you
drank too
giving?
much.
What are you giving the movie?
Oh, it's an 8.5 out of 10, I think, and that's crazy because I'm a fucking hater.
That is crazy.
So-
Brodie is a massive hater.
I'm a hater. So 8.5 out of 10. This was at some point in the space-time continuum Brodie.
I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. And
That's
this,
crazy, Leo.
as always, has been Leo.
I'm gonna go for a solid 8 on this one, and in terms of Marvel movies, this is definitely in the higher tiers.
It's like an A tier.
Marvel movies have low-key blown for the past couple years.
This felt like them saying sorry for Black Widow.
Dude, that's
literally-
so real.
It literally felt like a hey, we're sorry for Black Widow and for all the other bad movies we kind of just made.
Yeah, Taskmaster dies
Dude,
like 5 minutes
when
in.
Taskmaster shows up, shows her face, and says, "I'm the shitty Taskmaster from Black Widow," and then fucking
then
Ghost
gets
just
a
fucking
bullet in the head.
shoots her in the head.
Straight up 9mm. It's not even like a dramatic
and
shot.
then they steal her shit.
and then they fucking rob her body for shit.
They loot her. They
looted
fucking
her, bro.
looted Taskmaster.
And I have looted Taskmaster.
Have some respect.
Have some
fuck
have
you.
no respect for Taskmaster.
Dude,
GG.
shit. They
Uh,
owned her ass.
This has been the Hangout Heresy
Yeah,
special
it's a wrap.
edition. Farewell, y'all. Stay heretical.
Yeah, something like that.